Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Back out here in the garage and trying to get a little bit of work done on Trent's truck. We don't have a lot of time today. Usually when I work through the week, I only got an hour or two to mess with it, but we thought, well, might as well come out here and see if we can't get something done. We did get our relocation kit for the battery and the fuse block, which looks like it's gonna move the radiator coolant reservoir up here to this corner. We're gonna get the battery mounted about there. The new fuse block will be mounted about here, and that should give us plenty of clearance of everything. We have the fenders off and laying on the floor. We will have to put the passenger back on and tack a bracket on for the radiator overflow, and then once we get everything welded up on it, then we can pull everything back apart and finish making some panels for these fenders, seam seal everything, bed line everything. We do have the 24s on, and I've been trying to wait a little bit to show you guys the 24s, but we're just gonna go ahead and throw it out there because I'm gonna show you that we've kind of ran into a problem with the truck. We got stuff moved around, got the garage cleaned up, and we pushed it over into the corner and then laid it out and realized we're not laid out. We're actually about a ½ inch off the ground still. And we think it's because we ordered taller tires in the front and we were supposed to get smaller tires in the front, but mistakes were made and things happen. We're learning from them. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got going on. So you can see here, get this tape out of the way, that we are actually still hitting the tire. Even after we cut all this out, we're still hitting the tire. We're actually gonna go down a couple tire sizes, and hopefully that should gain us the clearance we need for that. If not, we're gonna go ahead and recut the firewall there and give it a little more clearance. We're gonna have to move this wiring harness up and over. We didn't realize that until we got the relocation kit, so we're gonna have to grind this lip down and make a panel for that. So if we have to do all that, then we might as well cut that and give us a little more clearance. The passenger side though, the passenger side has plenty of room, but I mean, if we drop down that ½ inch, it'll make it a little bit closer. So going to a smaller tire will definitely help. So we're gonna read the instructions on this relocation kit, and then we're gonna start getting this thing put up in the air and start getting some of that stuff welded on today, and hopefully get most of it at least tacked up. That way this weekend we can finish it up. We only have a week left before we go to rod run, so we got the golf cart out. We're gonna be taking my wife's Denali down. So you know, usually we like to take something cool down, but we're just gonna have to deal with the Denali. So we got the golf cart ready to go, and hopefully next Thursday we're gonna be packing up and leaving. So that's gonna take a weekend away from Trent's truck. We already know it's not gonna make it the mini nat, so there's no rushing on trying to get this done, but hopefully by this weekend we can have almost the front end buttoned up on it, other than a couple things. Maybe we can actually have the power hooked back up and the fuse block done, and we might be able to hear this thing run for the first time in a year and a half, or a year and a few months or whatever. So I'm gonna get you guys set up, and then we're gonna get working on this thing.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Or you want to go just a little higher?
I don't know.
Yeah, the wheel's touching.
fail. Show them what we got here. So this is the plate that is going to go to the fuse block. So it comes with nuts and bolts so that you can bolt it to there. That plate will go to the tube, and the tube goes down to the frame, and we weld it to the top of the frame, and then your fuse block bolts to there. There are some miscellaneous pieces that will go to a bracket down there, but I think we accidentally scrapped it, not knowing we needed that piece. So we might be making a trip to Pick and Pull here soon to get it, because we'll need it to complete it. But for today, we should be able to get this all tacked in and welded up for the most part. That little bracket over here that is just like, you just cut the bracket and it slides over and then you re-weld it. That's no big deal, but we at least want to get it bolted onto the fuse block and then tacked to the bar, and the bar tacked down there. And if we like it, then we'll just weld it up. Trent's gonna work on getting the fuse block bolted up, and I'm gonna start moving some of these wire harnesses out of the way. That way we can try to get enough room in here to get this baby welded on. Gonna have to grind down the frame. Boy, a lot of moisture in here today. It got cold again, and now it's hot. It's real hot today, but we got some bad storms coming tonight, so, you know, pray for us, because, well, by the time you guys see this video, you'll know whether or not we make it through it. But they're calling for some storms to come through, so we're just gonna keep on working. But that's definitely why we have a lot of moisture on everything. I'm gonna grab the grinder. I'm gonna be grinding right in here, even though we painted this already. That way we can get ready to tack some stuff in. We'll move this out of the way. We don't burn that up. Well, don't mind our bad workmanship. That was probably not OSHA approved, but when you ain't got a belt sander, you got to do what you got to do. Anyways, we're going to take this bar. We're going to set it in here. Try to bring you guys in a little bit closer. So we're going to tack this on here for now, and then recheck our fuse block, and then we'll probably go ahead and burn this in. Does that look good?
Yeah.
How does that look to you?
Right there is straight. Is it in the middle of the plate?
No.
Well, I mean, like as far as left and right. I don't know how far away from the alternator this is supposed to be. I also don't know how far this is supposed to come forward.
Right. Yeah, because could we have come farther forward with this? Without melting it from the heat off of this, I don't think this would get hot enough to melt it unless it was touching it. I mean, you're almost right on. How's that look?
Still look crooked.
When in doubt, get the instructions out. I think we about got it. I just think you're going to be, I mean, you're like super close. I mean, you're almost basically touching. That's why I'm like, can it come forward a little bit more?
I mean, if this is supposed to be forward like this, then we can come forward a little bit. Is that good?
Yeah, right there is good.
I like it. It's got a good gap over here.
And forget us about the noise going on. It's a busy day. When it's warm outside, I got Dad's lawnmower out there running. Hopefully you guys can hear us okay. So it looks like we have just enough room to clear. You can still be able to get the battery box off. Once this is all welded up, it shouldn't move. We're gonna pull it off and have to weld up underneath here. So thought it was tornado siren there for a second. It's just motorcycle. Anyways, so now we can unbolt the battery box, pull it off, weld it all up, and then we do have some other brackets, which we are missing right now, for one of these other computers, wherever that computer has gotten off to. I know we have that computer around here somewhere. Oh, does it up here?
Yeah.
It's for this computer here. So we'll get this battery box off and let's get it welded up real quick. All right, we got this welded in underneath. It's a bit of a pain to get to. I really had to cake it on there because you can't really see very well. But if you can tell by the heat circle, it definitely didn't get hot enough. We got it welded down there on the frame. Don't look too hateful. Never claimed to be a professional. So, you know, this isn't professional work, but we're happy with it, you know. I don't want to be one of those people that it has to be perfect or you might as well cut it off and redo it, you know. I mean, anyways, this is all we're going to get done today. We're going to go ahead and clean up and shut it down for the day because storms are starting to roll in a little bit, and I'm going to get the kids back home before all that takes off. So I'll catch up with you guys here in a couple days. Well, it's been a couple days, and we're finally back out here in the shop. And, man, the weather's been a little crazy. We survived the tornadoes, but now we're kind of worried more about flooding. I've seen that water up to these garage doors before. If I still had the pictures of it, I'd have to see if I can find any of them. But I remember a time where we had to pull the Impala out of here, and we had to pull some cars out of here because the water was coming up to the garage doors. But that was a long time ago. So, anyways, Trent got the new tires mounted on the wheels. I think we're getting ready to throw them on to see if we clear everything now. Also, I've been getting my C-notches cut for the Crew Cab S10. I'm going to put some footage of that in the other video I'm working on. The Crew Cab S10 video is just going to take a little longer to make. It's actually going to probably be like just an update here and there, working on it a little bit because I don't got time to work on it as much as we're working on Trent's truck, but that time is going to be changing soon. But I haven't put out a Crew Cab S10 video yet because I haven't got it all done yet, but hopefully maybe in the next few weeks I can get it out there to you guys, and I'll just update you guys on it when I can. But first we're gonna go ahead and get these wheels put on and see if it clears everything, and then we'll get started after that. Well, I'd say the new tires definitely gave us plenty of room, and she is now laying flat on the ground. That definitely helped a lot, clearing a lot of stuff. So now it shouldn't be too bad finishing stuff up. We still have to weld in the tray for the battery and start getting stuff for the fenders ready to go. And then the front end should be basically done. We're gonna run to town real quick. We got a couple things to do, and then we're gonna get back out here and get started. And so we'll catch up with you guys then. All right. Ready? Yeah. Okay. Even right there, I mean, that's... Well, we got this cut out finally. We had to pull some more of this through here to get everything to reach where we needed to, and we got it all to reach. We didn't have that on film, but we got it to reach. So now we're gonna start working on the inner fenders a little bit more, making our patch panels for everything, or our filler panels for everything, because we can't put the battery in until we have the inner fenders all done, so we know how far the battery comes over. We have tabs we have to weld onto that too. So I think that's what we're going to do now, is to start making templates for that and try to get that cut out and at least get those done today. We're kind of a little bit behind. We had some friends stop by, and we just been kind of standing around telling old stories and having a good time. So we didn't get a lot done today, but we're gonna try to get something done so at least I can get this video put out this weekend. And yeah, I'll get you guys set up here in a minute, and then we'll see if we can't get some filler panels made. Well, we got this filler panel put in, and I'm real happy with how it looks, how it turned out. It's hard to get it all in there. We went ahead and stopped here due to this is all open anyways, and the spring has got to come back through somewhere, so there's no point of keep going. I mean, we could have went to here and rounded it off and everything, but I think once you know, get this welded in and ground it down, nobody's even really gonna see that, so we're not too worried about that. So yeah, now we just need to get the welder out and start welding this in. And once we get this side on, this side was more critical than the other side, only because the battery box has to, there are some spots on here that we got to weld some tabs to, and there's a spot on here we got to weld some tabs to. So we wanted to do the passenger side first so we can put the passenger side back on so we can get all of our welding done. Well, I just ran out of gas for the welder, so we're probably gonna have to shut it down for the day. We was making some good progress. I started welding up my C-notches for the S10. I had Trent over there beveling them out. And I just started welding them up when I ran out of wire, so I guess we'll have to just call it a day. We did get this thing tacked in quite a bit, and I did start like welding down through here, but I decided to stop because I knew we were close for the day. I figured that this is gonna have to be put on and taken back off anyway, so I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get these notches welded up, and of course, the welder said, not today, bud. So that's probably gonna be a wrap for this video. You guys will just have to keep coming back. We're slowly getting Trent's truck going. Hopefully maybe next month, because you know we got rod run next weekend, and then we got Easter, but I got a few days off there, so we'll knock some stuff out then, and then we go to mini nats, and Trent's going to mini nats with us, so we're still gonna have a good time, make the best of it, and then when we get back, we'll get hammering down on it. Josh was here earlier. We were talking about his car. I think we can almost do in a weekend, so you guys want to stick around for that, because we might just do a marathon for that weekend of trying to get that car bagged in. It'd be pretty exciting to get done for him. So I appreciate everybody coming back and watching the videos and all the likes and new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, I just appreciate everybody. So until next time, see you, everybody.